Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to Made with Love. Today is day 2, and we've had some time to dwell on a few thoughts and do a little journaling and some homework. And I just wanted to check in with you today and see how that went. And if you had any questions or if there was anything that you wanted to share, it's anything that came up for you when you were doing your journaling assignment. So, for those of you that are just chiming in, my name is Joanna Treylove, and I'll be leading you through the 22 days of Made with Love. And in this 22-day cycle, we will spend some time really centering ourselves in our heart and spending some time just loving on ourselves and becoming more and more aware of what is going on within us and how we're feeling and how to move some of that energy if needed to get to better places for our own sake. So what I'd like to do is just get us grounded a little bit and find a sweet spot to meet in for light. So before we continue, I'd like you to just close your eyes with me and take a deep breath in and just relax into that space. Relax into that space of awareness and being. And allow anything that just feels tight or tense to just move through you, to brush off. Continue to breathe in. And as you exhale, soften more, relax more, and ground into the center of your heart and feel this moment and allow yourself to just simplify more and more as you breathe, resting in each moment and easily moving through to the next. Feeling all that you need rise and shine before and with you, giving you all that you need to what it is you are called to do right here and right now. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. When you're ready, open your eyes and feel a little more present with me. As we began our journey yesterday, we began to dwell about some of the things that we were believing in. And as we peeled the layers of our surface and we went a little deeper and deeper to some of the things that were putting us into our action of being today, we were able to discover the root and the origin of where some of our belief systems came from. I always use the example of faith. That's a very common belief system that we are given. And for some, we are born into a household that already has a faith base. And that faith is just carried on and passed on to their children. And from one generation to the next, until, of course, someone in, that generational line says, hey, this faith is not for me. I hear you and I respect what you're saying. But for me and in my life, I believe in something else. And so, therefore, I'm personally going to stop passing this faith on through me to the next generation. I'm going to pivot and experience something new, which I may very well carry on as I pass through time in life. So faith is a great example of a given belief system. And if we change channels and we think about something that we may have or may not have adapted by our own right, we might say to ourselves, I don't put my hand in a hot fire because it's hot. And you may have been given that belief system by your mom the several times she said, don't touch that, it's hot. However, when you finally touched that fire, you knew from a place of knowing that that fire was hot and you were going to get burned. So, for you to have that belief system, you now have it from a place of being, right? So, in our journaling assignment um, last night and today, it was all about reflecting in those spaces of where our belief systems are coming from. And to now, when we're looking at those belief systems, put them in different containers or categories or columns, however you want to organize your journal. I like to use the word containers a lot because we can open it and we can close it. And that in itself is a practice and a tool that I use regularly to keep emotion or energy from flooding into spaces it doesn't belong. And we'll get to that in our cycle later on. But for now, let's create some containers or some columns on our journal and create those lists and write down the different kinds of belief systems that we've retained, that we've passed on, or that we now believe from a place of knowing. And one of the things I suggest is to just kind of doodle, right? You don't have to take this so serious, unless, of course, providing yourself that organization really serves you, because for some minds that does. But have fun with this. This is your journal. You don't have to share the answers unless you want to. This is only for you. Okay, so create and discover and unfold as much as needed on this, journey and in this journal or wherever you decide to release information. And that's one thing I want to stop and really acknowledge. Release. Do this with me. Take a breath in. Do you feel the sensation of receiving? Okay. Now slowly exhale. Can you feel the difference? Releasing. All right. When we write or journal, it's a form of releasing. So we may or may not be discovering great solutions or strategies at this stage for what we're going to do with this new space because we released all this. But what we are doing in this exercise is transmuting energy that may have come in the form of a belief into something that now gives us a different value because we've transmuted that belief that may have created a space of confinement and limitation into something a little more expansive and a word that we call awareness. We're transmuting energy into a space of awareness. So as we journal right now and as we think about things and we dwell in a space of love with the common interest to remain in alignment, remain at peace, remain comforted by our own selves with compassion and nonviolence and judgment, we're able to continually express, purge, transmute, expand, uplift, and rise. All right. So, as you put your beliefs in these containers, remind yourself with gratitude and coach yourself. Hey, good job. Good job for being honest. Wow, that was brave of you to recover. Wow, look at what you just revealed. Hmm. Interesting. Do you see that? And these are really kind affirmations to reaffirm and recognize and acknowledge yourself with. And you'll notice that as you practice this awareness, and then you layer that practice with affirmations that acknowledge you for what you're expressing, the relationship between you and your inner child becomes more and more fluent and bonded in the light of love and trust, right? Now, I just introduced a new word, two actually, inner child. Inner child, that's that little girl or little boy within you. And in case some of you are not sure what that means anymore, that's usually that tugging little voice inside that won't go away sometimes when you are feeling reactive. So listen to those voices. You don't always have to respond to them, but listen to them now that we have an awareness of what that may be. And as we continue our practice in the next 20 days, we're going to refine those listening skills and we're going to spend more and more time with that inner child. And you're going to be more and more comfortable communicating from that space and realizing how intuitive and how much value that inner child has from the center of your being to help you live a life in purpose without suffering and in a space of appreciation and acceptance for you. Not because anyone else gave you permission to do it other than you. Okay? So stay tuned for some more principles that we will develop and envelop through the 22 days of Made with Love. And if you have any questions and anything comes up in between now and when we next chat, or now when I'm next live, comment. Leave them those little comments, those little bubbles below. Those are for you. And a great way, yes. I see some of you coming through. Hello, Morgan, and hello, Trina, and hello to your 10-year-old self. um, I share that, and I share myself with you only to reflect. And I would be so appreciative if only you could reflect back like a smoke signal, right? We could be neighbors and you can give us a give me a little SOS on your flashlight and let me know how you're doing along in these 22 days. And if you have any feedback or, like I said, anything that's coming up with you, share it with us because chances are someone in the group might he need to hear that too. So if you could let me know if any questions arrive, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Or you'll find that someone else in our group might too, because that's what we're all about: is providing a safe place to share and to learn and to grow and to spread the love. So, with that being said, I want you to know that we will be providing these videos on replay. So if you need to revisit them, you're welcome to, and you can start on any day as they accumulate. And another great tool that you can pick up that will really seal the deal for you is our book. Made with Love was something that I personally wrote, a manuscript for healing. 22 days of self love and self awareness. And as we move through this mini immersion, you will find that that book really works as a nice handbook, journal, and workbook for you to facilitate alongside with me. So that is easy to access. You can order it right from Amazon and or our website, iamlove.org. And always know that everything we create within this space feeds the healing cycle, whether it's for me or for you or for whomever is watching and receiving with us. And all donations and proceeds to the book and any of these workshops or offerings all goes to iamlove.org, which is our nonprofit organization that develops continual education and curriculum workshops and provides you amazing teachers and coaches and healers to share the light with you as much as we can so that we can feed the vortex of love and healing and end the cycle of abuse. Thank you, everyone that tuned in. And please, let's stay connected and spread the love. Have a beautiful night, everyone.